Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Viewers, welcome back to the show Real Talk with your host Amjad Ditta. Before the break we were talking about have we lost our identity as such, be it the youth, be it the elders, talk about social integration and community cohesion. The guests today are here talking about the work they've done, and credit to them because they've done lots and lots of work to bring people together in their walk of life. The topic we're going to touch about regarding media, what influence does media have and how are we portrayed. So I'm time conscious. I'm going to go over to Abu Bakr and ask you about what's your mindset regarding the media, because all the good work you do will probably be left on the shelf with one negative report.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, at this moment of time we are facing a media war. What I mean by that is everything that's seen on social media, you see on the Daily Mail against Muslims, terrorist Muslim, rapist Muslim, drug dealer Muslim, paedophilia Muslim, anybody that's made some noise is Muslim, whereas Tom, Ian, whoever, they are just known as Tom, Ian or whoever. I've done some work with BBC last year in Christmas, and it was one of the biggest news picked up by BBC for 2016. What happened then was, whilst I was speaking to BBC and I said, you know, they asked me, why do you do these sort of things? I said, because zakat is one of the pillars of Islam. And when I mentioned that, they said, oh, we might not be able to mention this on BBC. So, you know, I said to him that if you're not going to mention the truth about a Muslim who's doing proper work because of his teachings of Islam, I don't think you need to put this news forward, because I don't want it to be a misrepresentation as well. So they went back to their managers. They said, how about if we say like this and how about if we say like that? I said, listen, you're doing work with a person called Muhammad Abu Bakr Sarwar. The reason why I help the homeless and I give charity and everything in the UK is because it's the teaching of Islam from our pillar, from zakat. So, you know, things like that, after that, they did pick up, and I think it's us that we need to push that a little further, our politicians and other people like yourselves that are in the media that can push that forward.
And you went on from there, talking about organisations that, you know, and your brother mentioned very rightly, to make change or to influence change, you've got to be in the system.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I'm blessed because a lot of people, well, most of the people that know me know I ain't no pushover. You know, I've demonstrated that throughout my life. I've got scars all over my body. So if I'm in a situation, believe me, I'm not going to be a pushover. But when I'm working with the police, the army and other people, there's a lot of people that did maybe think, you know, that, oh, what a sellout, why is he working with them organizations? Because I tell you why I work with them organizations. If there is anyone out there, any young British Muslim, anyone I know, my family member, me, that gets mistreated wrongly from the police or anybody else, I will be the first person to be your voice. I put myself in that situation to work with them so I can be a voice for other people and myself. So, you know, we have to get ourselves into these roles, into these jobs, if we want to make real change, because no one's going to listen to somebody that's sat at home on a couch or in a park just watching things. So I think it's very important that, you know, we integrate with these people, we work alongside them, and, you know, we bring the police, the army, the air forces out to showcase all the stuff we do, what they part on their social media platforms. Colonel Phil Harrison, you know, he's the commander of British Army now, you know, we call him my elder brother. That doesn't mean that we're traitors to Pakistan or anything like that, because we're British as well. If there was any attack on England, the first people who are going to protect us would be people like Commander Phil Harrison. So, you know, it's important to have friends like that and represent Pakistan.
I want to go over to your brother regarding, because I know you're in touch with the youth as such and the elders. I've got lots of friends who are not Muslims, okay? Now, their perception of what a Muslim does is based on the interaction they have with a certain individual. Correct. So if that certain individual is represented by having a beard and preaching that he's a, you know, maybe he's a hafiz or he's a Muslim, what we're supposed to be, but then does everything contrary to that belief, like treats gender equality, you know, treats people badly, does everything else. This is where the mindset people think, hang on a minute, is this what all Muslims are like? Or you're saying this? And, you know, you're like living two alter ego, two lives. If this is a message we're sending out there, then how do we even better ourselves before we're trying to get others on board?
There's a lot of things, you know, you remember of your father. And he used to say to me, look, don't look at the envelope. Look at the letter and the detailed letter, you know, what's the subject on there. And that's what we need to represent ourselves. We shouldn't just kind of look ourselves into the present Islam from an outer figure, kind of with a beard, clothing and so on. I think the Islam needs to come from within, and that within is humanity. So if we kind of playing a role of a British Muslim, we need to portray it correctly. And if we are kind of chilling with, you know, non-Muslims and so on, we need to show them the right side of Islam, where we invite them to our houses, you know, they eat, have fast together and all that kind of stuff. So that we need to kind of portray more and tell them a bit more about Islam and build an understanding for ourselves as well what Islam means. I mean, I'll give you a little example. When I came before, and we were talking to someone, and they said to me, is, you know, you two brothers, is this the only kind of work you do, you know, welfare work? Is there nothing else you do? And I said, yo, I've got 2 business centers where we venue hire to other businesses. I have my own education establishment as well as we have our construction work. So we've got our businesses lined up.
That's what funds most of our work.
Exactly, because we don't go out asking for money. I mean, only recently we've put something together to have a platform. But prior to that, anything that we've done is just been through kind of family and friend circle, everything that we've done here in Pakistan, in other Muslim countries. And we're not kind of sat here saying, look, everybody do it, but everyone can contribute something towards their own community.
Yeah, you actually impressed me there with that envelope and the substance of the letter, because even if you look at everything, it's all within it. If you're looking for happiness from outside, I don't think you're going to get anything. If you're not sorted out your own demons and your own bad habits within, I don't think you're going to have any sort of peace from the outside. So I'm giving you my own example from when I used to be on the street with all these criminals, arms dealers and all that, who are even convicted, ex-convicts and all that sort of stuff. I was always watching my, you know, my shoulder. I had Aston Martins, I had big houses, I had everything, but I never had peace within. I thought life was all outer, but till my father, when he passed away, and I started studying his life and what a Muslim is supposed to be, what our character should be, and I went within myself. That's where I had a lot of peace, and I learned that most of the work we do should be within. It should be within our souls. It should be within our character, the way we treat one another, you know, the way we speak to people, how we respect the elderly, even the youngsters. And I think that's the attachment we need, and I think that's the real Islam. You know, the peace that we talking won't just change anything. I think it's the actions, and they come from within us, from our intention. So I think, you know, the youngsters and even the elderly, you know, we should start looking within for happiness and not looking at everything outside. You know, I don't think clothes are going to change how the things are affecting the world. I don't think a car is going to change anything. I don't think having a super business is going to help anything. Like Mia just said, "Nakar meri meri asi kain khak di teri, kothe bangle sab reh jane jile lekha ne akh pheri." So I think we should concentrate of who we are within, and you know, concentrate on helping one another and living a good life.
And most importantly, I think we need to come forward politically.
We've just got a caller, Shabazz. Just call. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Amjad sahab.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Awaaz aa rahi hai?
I can hear you now, yes. Are you well?
Yeah, it's me, Ifti from Dewsbury.
Ifti, assalamu alaikum. How are you keeping? You well?
Alhamdulillah, good man. I thought, you know, I just checked you brothers on just switched my channel on Snap. I thought I'd give you guys my salam.
Jazakallah very much. Bax is here and his brother here as well. Hope you're keeping well.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, all good, man.
Good.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. It's brothers like you know, that we need more to come forward, and mashallah, you do a lot of work in Dewsbury with the Shahid Afridi Foundation, with a lot of other people, with the homeless, with a lot of other organizations in Bradford as well. So thank you for calling. You know, we could voice that up with the rest of the youth, and thank you for always supporting us and our event and the projects we do in Pakistan as well, man. Thank you very much, my brother.
Jazakallah, thank you for ringing. Bax, we're obviously short of time, as we always are with these shows, but your message to the public in 30 seconds, what would you say?
I would say whatever you do it for the right reasons. Make sure you respect your parents. Don't try to do everything for today. There's always a tomorrow and beyond. And especially the youth out there, you know, there's a lot you can do. You are the future, not the politicians, not the media, not Facebook. It's you that can make a change. Even to the parents, it's what you teach your kids that will make a real change. And if you do wrong in life, it don't matter. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect myself, but you know, I try to make myself perfect and put myself in positions where I can help other people. But I always remember myself first, because if you don't help yourself, you can't help nobody. So reach for success, but always remember that success is not what you do for yourself alone, but what you do for other people as well. And you know, always thank your parents. I'd like to take, you know, this opportunity to thank my parents, my friends, my friend Coach from Bolton. I forgot to mention him at our event. He supported us as well, and all the rest of you guys that support us. Thank you very much. Without you, there is no us, and without us, there is no you. We are one community. Let's do good things together.
How many times have you practiced that line, Bax? I can't possibly say. On behalf of IQRA TV, both of you, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and Jazakallah for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us. You know, it was nice to be a part of something and to share our views with the rest of the people out there.
There you go, viewers. The message is very simple. Let's look at ourselves before we influence change. Jazakallah for watching. Inshallah, I shall see you again. Same time, same show, different topic. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.